Hi friends, today you're going to be taking your science unit test over natural resources. Please make sure you pause the video to circle your answer and then bubble it in on your answer sheet. Here we go. Number 1, water, soil. A student collected a soil sample and put it in a clear glass container. Then the student added 10 milliliters of water to the container. After 2 minutes, most of the water remained on top of the soil in the container. Which of the following best describes the soil in the container? A, the soil sample is mostly gravel. B, the soil sample is mostly clay. C, the soil sample is mostly sand. D, the soil sample is mostly silt. Number 2, Susan is studying different types of soil. She is comparing clay, sand, gravel, and silt. In which of the soil types will Susan find the largest particles? F, gravel. G, clay. H, sand. J, silt. Number 3, an experiment was conducted to see how much water passed through different types of soils in flower pots. 10 centimeters of 4 different soil types were added to 4 different flower pots. Then 100 milliliters of water was poured through the different soil samples. After 2 hours, measurements were made to see how much water passed through each sample. Amount of water drained in milliliters, and we have sandy, rocky, soil with humus, sand-humus mix. Amy needs potting soil that will stay moist. Which type of soil will work the best? Refer to the graph above to confirm your response. A, sandy soil. B, rocky soil. C, soil with humus. D, sand-humus mix. Number 4, when identifying the texture of a soil, you are looking at F, the kind of rock that lies underneath the soil. G, the age of the soil. H, the size of the grains and how it feels to the touch. J, the crops that the soil supports. Number 5, water retention in soils. We have soil type, gravel, sand, clay, and silt. Volume of soil used in milliliters. Volume of water added in milliliters. Volume of water retained in milliliters. Some plants require large amounts of water to survive. Cypress trees are an example of a plant that needs lots of water to survive. Based on the data table above, which type of soil would retain the most water and therefore be the best for growing cypress trees? A, clay. B, sand. C, silt. D, gravel. Number 6, water retention in soils. You have soil type, gravel, sand, clay, silt, volume of soil used in milliliters, volume of water added in milliliters, volume of water retained in milliliters. Which question could be answered from the information in the chart? F, what is the texture of each type of soil? G, what is the mass of each type of soil? How much water is kept by each type of soil? Or J, what nutrients are in each type of soil? Number 7, a group of 4th grade students collected 4 different soil samples. They conducted an investigation to see how well each of the soils retain water. The students placed a paper filter inside each of the funnels. Each filter and funnel were filled with a different soil sample. Finally, students poured 50 milliliters of water through each soil and collected the water that ran through the graduated cylinder. The results of the experiment are shown in the diagram below. Which soil retained the least amount of water? A, soil A, B, soil B, C, soil C, D, soil D. Number 8, students conducted an investigation on 4 different soil samples. They chose to plant black beans in the different soil types. Their data is recorded in the table below. Soil investigation data. We have soil sample, soil 1, soil 2, soil 3, soil 4. Growth of plant after 1 week in centimeters. Growth of plant after 2 weeks in centimeters. Growth of plant after 3 weeks in centimeters. Growth of plant after 4 weeks in centimeters. Based on the information provided, which soil sample is most likely the best choice for growing black beans? F, soil 1, G, soil 2, H, soil 3, J, soil 4. Number 9. Which of the following is not a renewable resource? A, coal, B, wood, C, natural gas, D, oil. Which of the following is not a non-renewable resource? Number 10. Students were asked to discuss what they learned about conservation of Earth's resources. The table below shows some of their responses. Student A, and student A's response is, it is most important to conserve renewable resources because they take a long time to replace and we could run out during our lifetime. Student B, that response is, all resources can be renewed during our lifetime, but it is still important to conserve them just in case. Student C, all resources should be conserved, but it is most important to conserve non-renewable resources because they cannot be replaced in our lifetime. Student D, only non-renewable resources need to be conserved because that is what people use the most. Based on the responses, which student had the best understanding of the conservation of Earth's resources? F, student A, G, student B, H, student C, J, student D. Number 11. All of the following are non-renewable resources except A, coal, B, animals, C, petroleum, D, natural gas. Number 12. The picture shows several renewable and non-renewable resources. Which statement is true? F, trees are a non-renewable resource because once they are cut down, they are gone. G, air is a renewable resource because it is restored faster than it is used. H, grass is a non-renewable resource because plants cannot be replaced. J, sunlight is the only natural resource in the picture because it is replaced daily. Number 13, I am a solid, mined from the ground, made from ancient dead trees, a non-renewable resource. What am I? A, natural gas, B, coal, C, plants, D, water. Number 14, I am a gas all around, can be used for energy, a renewable resource. What am I? F, air, G, coal, H, plants, J, natural gas. Number 15, a farmer decides that he is going to produce his own energy on the farm by using a type of renewable energy. The renewable energy could come from A, setting up wind turbines, B, having a coal furnace, G, using natural gas, D, burning oil. Number 16. Which of the following means of transportation uses a renewable resource for its energy source? F. Solar-powered car. G. Coal-powered steam train. H. Natural gas car. J. Gasoline truck. Number 17. Oil comes from deep underground. When people have used all of the oil on earth, it will be gone. What kind of a resource is oil? A. A renewable resource. B. An inexhaustible resource. C. A non-renewable resource. D. A non-usable resource. Number 18. What should be pictured in picture 2 to show a renewable resource? F. Young trees which have just been planted. G. Level land with stumps removed. H. A pond fish live in. J. A log cabin that the trees were used to build. Number 19. Which of the resources in the picture above is non-renewable? A. The shining sun. B. The blowing wind. C. The growing tree. D. The burning gasoline.